What's up, my loves and fellow creatives? I did something I said I wasn't going to do, and it just means that we're going to have a little more fun tonight. How about that? So, for those that are joining tonight, it would be helpful if you had dual screens. I know I told you you didn't need Photoshop, which you don't. I'm going to show you something else, but for those that have Photoshop, we're going to use Photoshop. And for those that do not have Photoshop, I'm going to show you another option that does not always work well, but if you're in a pinch and you need to design online, I'm going to show you what you can do. All right, so this is a template we're working on today. All we were supposed to do is upload a mock-up of a t-shirt with a logo on it. But of course, I got a little carried away and I created a graphic that would help you for your Instagram and Facebook, as well as an image that will help you with your digital business card that we're going to design today. And it'll also help you with your Facebook and Instagram post. Okay? Fun stuff, fun stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to make sure that I save everything. And this one I'm going to save as red at the end because we're going to turn this into a red design. Now this is going to be very, very quick, okay? Because I have to get this uploaded for y'all. Let's go ahead first. We're going to change out the logo, which is all we were supposed to be doing today. So we're going to double click on the smart object. And you are going to replace the logo. So let me grab my alternate logo here. And we're going to go with this red theme. So we're going to change it to pretty much like a Red Bulls theme. Okay. So boom, we're going to replace that graphic by dragging and dropping. We're going to turn off the previous logo, hit yes to save. Okay, so you see that automatically changes out our logo. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick the colors from the logo. So I'm going to pick a red here, double click, add to my swatches, and then I'm going to pick, I'm actually just going to pick a neutral gray, kind of dark gray here, add that to my swatches. I could also have picked a second color from the image here. And then that's all that I need. I can go to my swatches and see that I have the gray and the red here. So we're going to go into our background graphic, double click. All right, and we have a couple of options here for the color. We're going to change color number 1 to the red. So we'll just double click here. And we'll just click on the red. It will automatically change to red. Let's go ahead and file save, or you can do Control S, so that when we close out of it, it should change the pink to the red. And then our second color, we're going to double click on the blue, and we'll change that to the gray. And that will change our background colors. All right, now in order to change the foreground here, we're going to double click on the rips here, and same thing, we're going to change out color 1 and 2. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and replace that with color 1 and color 2. You won't have to do this. I'm going to go ahead and embed those because the program that I'm going to show you all, unfortunately, you can't do the TIFFs. Like, this is the reason why this program is not as advanced as Photoshop. So I'm going to show you how we can do this with some workarounds, but I'm also going to show you why you just are going to want to deal strictly with Photoshop. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that one. And let's replace this one. And the reason why I'm replacing them is because TIFFs do not do well in this program. It does not recognize a TIFF, which Photoshop will recognize a TIFF as a layered Photoshop file format, but this will not. All right, so we should be good here. I'm going to go ahead and again change out these colors. So we'll take the pink and turn it to red. And we don't even need to change the blue here, but if you wanted to see that, you would change the blue to the gray, just so that you had the option to toggle between the colors that you wanted. So I could toggle the gray on, and there's the gray, there's the red. Let's go ahead and save those. All right, we've updated here. I'm going to close out of this and save it. Now, I know normally I tell y'all we can close out and save, but I want us to do a save here because in the program that we use online, if you exit out and think it's going to give you an option to change, you will be sadly mistaken. And we don't want anyone sadly mistaken tonight. All right, let's go back to Photoshop. Let's update this background, and here we have it. This one should have updated as well. So I am going to make sure that it updates. I'll click and drag here. Let's shrink it on down. And then I'm going to change this blend to multiply, so you won't have to do all that. All right, so the other thing I asked you to, just asked you to come tonight with a photo and a logo. So I'm going to go ahead and change out the photo here. Boom, boom. We'll change out the photo. And now we should have an updated presentation here. We have a couple of more things we can change out, like the color behind the text here. And of course, you can move your photo to make sure that it's not going to be in the way of your logo. But basically, this is going to be a quick way that you all will have to update your Instagram stories, your Facebook posts, even your profile image for Photoshop. For YouTube, your profile picture for Facebook, and also Instagram. Anything that requires a square here, you'll be able to use that. Now, what we're going to use it for tonight is to do our business card. So we're going to do an online digital business card, so you all will be able to have that asset for tonight. So I know I said I wasn't going to use Photoshop, but I got a little carried away because I wanted y'all to have something cool and a free file that you can really play with and work with. So I do want you to be able to use that. Now we also have on this background layer, you can change the effects of this color here. And it's got an outer glow. And of course we can pick what color we want it to glow. We can also make it glow white, just to keep it simple there. And you would have to do that for each of the photo instances because that one was not a smart object. All right, so I'm just going to make that white there. There we go. And of course, if you want to change out the image here, we have, this is a smart object, and then you can put your name and your Instagram handle or however you want people to reach you. That will be a way to change that there. And of course, there's some additional text here. We're actually not going to mess with this text today. I gave it to you all for you to play with. So your homework is going to be to create a Facebook story with this. Okay, so all we're doing today is we're really just focusing on this one in the middle so that we can design our digital business card. But I wanted to give you some extra. Sorry for that, but I'm not really sorry at all. I hope you enjoy it, and we will enjoy class together. I'm going to go ahead and get the file uploaded. Hopefully, we go ahead and get this up. This should not be a large file, so let me go ahead and save this. And then while I'm saving it and uploading it, I'm going to show you all how to edit this in Photopea. All right. So how Photopea works is it's pretty much identical to Photoshop, but it is going to have some limitations here. So I'm going to open up the red one here. And it may take a little while to open the file. You see it says loading here. All right, and you'll notice that it did load. It looks like some of the elements did not load. Just the photo here didn't load, but I can show you how to bring the photo over. All right, so same thing here. If I want to basically reverse it back, it does have an option to save smart objects, which I thought was pretty smart. So we're just going to basically reverse it back just to show you that it does have those features. Oh, this is what I was going to show you. So you know how I always tell y'all to just close out of it and then say yes? If you close out of it here and don't hit File, Save the Smart Object, it will not save it, and then you will think whatever you saved changed. And you would be sadly mistaken. So now that updated, same thing here with the logo or the accent image. I have to remember to go to File, Save. And then once I save it, I can close out of it. You see that? And same thing with the background here. I have to make sure that I save it. And it's taking a little while to upload or to open this smart object. Let's see if it's going to open it. There it goes. It was just taking its time there. Now I should be able to go into each of these colors and update those. All I really need to update, I think, is the gray here. And then I would have to manually change that to my pink color. But you see now that it's completely editable. I think color 2 is supposed to be cyan. And it is moving a little slow, but you can imagine, like, this is doing everything that we do on Photoshop, and I did not hit save. I almost lost it. Make sure you save it. Control S, or just go up to File, Save to make sure that it saves. But this is all working off your internet connection, which if you're doing Zoom, this might slow you down a little bit. That's why I say use your Photoshop if you can. But I just wanted to show you all a cool tool that I found very interesting that did not require you to have Photoshop. However, like I said, there are going to be some huge limitations for some of the files that we use. It does not like very, very large files, like when we're doing the all over shirts. So some of these will cause issues with you trying to use the online Photopea software. Again, we're going to hit save here. Let that do its thing. Let's come on back. Now that it finished saving, I should be able to come back here. And then in order to change this to pink, I have to go into the foreground accent. And see, look, it has not enough RAM. And this is precisely what I was talking about with it not being able to do this. So we're going to do a trick here. I'm going to turn on color number 1, and I'm just going to tell it the blend mode is going to be color, so that it just makes everything pink here. So you see how it ran out of RAM? Let's see if it'll even allow us to save this right now. So we're going to use Photoshop, but for those who do not have Photoshop, I don't want you to fear or fret. You're still going to be able to create your image tonight for your digital business card, okay? And I don't think this finished saving, so let me leave it alone. Let that save. And it doesn't have enough RAM to save this, y'all. So I'm thinking, what can I do? The only thing that I think that I can do in this case is, I don't want to. I'm going to have to merge these layers and then see if it will allow me to save. The good thing about it is this is not my this is not my only file. This is a variation of the file. So if I merge, it won't even let me merge the layers, y'all. So I'm just going to say, okay. And then what I will do here, it's not what I want to do. So let's do a color overlay. And we'll pick the color from here. It still has the color picker tool and everything, but you won't get the full effect because it's basically running out of RAM, meaning that the file is too large and it's not able to do what we want it to do. However, you could go to each of these and create a color fill right above it of the same color. And then just change the blend mode to either color or hue. And change the hue there, it'll keep the gray. If you change the color, it'll color the gray in pink like it did back here. It just gives you an option there. Now I am interested to see if it's even going to save this at this point because of the RAM issue. I'm also running live YouTube, so it may have something to do with that as well. So let's see if we do a save right now. Oh boy, please save. All right, so it did save that much. So at least it did save that. So we're able to now go to File. You can export these as JPEGs, and now that they're JPEGs, you can use them wherever you want. Okay, so I can go ahead and save those. And then what I would do is I would email these to myself so that I have them on my phone. If you're going to use the phone to design your business card, I suggest you use the computer to design your business card because it is much easier for me. So that's it. That's what we're going to do tonight. So apologize, I gave you a little more work than I intended to, but I really wanted your digital business cards to look cool and for you to have some extra homework to play with as far as designing your digital assets for your stores, for your social media, and then also just in general, you have some cool design elements where you can have a cohesive look. All right, so let me go ahead and get that uploaded. That's all for now, loves. You know, I appreciate you. I love you dearly. And until next time, bye.